Hey everyone, I hope you guys are having an awesome day. So I want to go live real quick and just going to share with you guys some cool tips from, well, I guess one tip from Stephen King. And if you guys have not read it yet, I would highly recommend On Writing by Stephen King. And personally, I love the beginning of the book because it tells his story, and it's interesting as an author. And obviously, you guys are familiar with Stephen King and the types of books that he writes, but it's interesting to hear his story. So from childhood, the teachers were always, telling him he's wasting his talent by writing all these horror films or these horror novels. And, it's funny because he even went and saw The Pit and the Pendulum, and he had recreated it into a book and was selling it within school. And of course, he gets in trouble for that. So it's cool to kind of see how he goes through this progression of just staying true to who he is, and then also developing, his uniqueness and just not letting anyone kind of fizzle him out. I mean, he went and he was washing laundry. He was teaching at a high school. He was doing all these multiple things, all while writing books. And his big book, he had his big break. And it was funny because one of them, which was Carrie, you guys all familiar with Carrie, he was actually writing that as a short story in Playboy magazine. And his wife had picked it up and said, there's a lot more to this than what you think there is. And so he goes through and tells a story about like how the evolution of Carrie, and then, anything from his excessive drug and alcohol use. He's sober now, at least within the book he is. But it's a very interesting to see his method to his madness, and then how he developed himself as an artist and as an author. But anyways, I know you guys came here for the content creation lesson from Stephen King himself, so let's just go ahead and hop into it. But again, if you guys are a Stephen King fan, definitely recommend getting the book. I listen to an Audible, and then I go back and highlight the pieces that, are big ahas for me. But anyways, so within the book, the first part of the book is going to be his story. And then the second part of the book is going to be actually on writing. So I'm not going to lie, it's kind of tough for me to listen to because grammar and it's just not, anything that excites me. I don't know too many people that does. But anyways, so within the part of on writing, he talks about analogy of using your writing skills as a toolbox. So at the top of the toolbox, you will have your common tools of them all, which are going to be in writing. It's going to be vocabulary. So obviously, utilize whatever vocabulary you have, and then obviously your vocabulary is going to grow within your skill set of knowledge. The more you read, the more you learn. Obviously, that skill set is going to improve. But that's going to be your most common tools. And the number one aha so far, I mean, you guys look how awesome this book is going to be when he's talking about vocabulary, and the number one mistake that we make when we create content, or in his words, write. And that's going to be taking your own vocabulary and fluffing it more than what it should be. So it's kind of like, when we find that we try to dress up our words that we use. So it's kind of like going through and finding another word for, I don't know, say awesome or colorful or bright, whatever it is that you're using. And you're like, well, that's kind of like very 101. I want to take it up a level. So he says what happens is whenever you start going through and intentionally dressing up your words, you're going to start not saying what you're meaning to say. You're going to start confusing people, because have we all noticed it whenever people are like, you say something and you try to describe it a different way and then they interpret it differently. So within that, just be aware not to dress up your vocabulary. Utilize it if you guys are looking to expand your vocabulary. Obviously, find the tools, find the books recommended that he recommends within the book to expand on that. However, don't go back and edit your content, to go back and edit your pinpoints, your scripts, whatever, with words that could dress them up, because at the end of the day, you're going to be confusing other people as well as confusing yourself on what you're actually meaning to say. So just want to go live and give you guys that quick tidbit. Again, highly recommend Stephen King on writing. Would love to hear your thoughts if you guys have finished this book, or also what's your favorite Stephen King movie, because we all have one, or two. But anyways, you guys have a great day. Just wanted to send this quick snippet and wanted to share with you guys. So appreciate your time, and thanks for watching.